Hello, collective. I hope you had a great day, Labor Day. So, I wanted to tell you about or share with you channeling Stephen. I got a reading with him, with Michelle from, she's a psychic medium. She was on Channeling Eric. She's worked with Dr. Melissa Edhus. And a shout out for her. She's also worked with three memoirs with my friend Dr. Mary Fong, who's written three memoirs with her, channeling her soul contracted buddy on the other side, Carl. So she sells her books on Amazon. So great reads, and so do her students at Cal State University. And let me give you a shout out for my friend here. Okay, Michelle Gray at the Healing art.com. Okay. And she's just lovely and she's really good. Okay. So, these notes are going for a book that we're going to write together. So, I have like a whole drawer of notes and it's just, and a whole journal of his pranks and messages and thoughts and feelings, my processing, my grief, my going through with the Lord, also my psychic mediumship practices and development, also with asking the Holy Spirit how to make lemons out of this and lemonade out of these lemons. And Holy Spirit said gratitude, gratitude. So make a gratitude list. Remember your prayers. Your spirit team really has your back. That'll be in my book too. How my faith really grew. My unwavering faith grew stronger. Also, we have just, He is with me all the time. And our loved ones are with you. Your loved ones are with you all the time too. And it's a very special relationship. And we realize how the divinity in us is really important. So let me get to the reading and how really loved we are. How loved and not alone we are. We really have a whole a whole team around us, especially when you ask. We have thousands of angels around us and our loved ones who watch around us. And when you notice the signs and synchronicities and in spirit for communicating with you, and you notice they'll communicate more with you, and you really start to discover how really loved we are, and how we really are one. This is just an illusion, okay? So be nice to everyone because it's really you. We have to be nice to each other. Okay. I mean, we have our own, but we're still connected big time as one. So this was on the 3rd of September 2023. And this is Michelle and she sent me a text and said, "You ready?" And I was like, "Oh, I just did a video on Sunday." And yeah, I'm always ready. So she said Stephen was already here with her. So she started asking him some questions. And before, when I was trying to get connected in our Zoom session, and he was in the Army. He was an Army officer with West Point, and he loved parachuting, and became an Army Ranger. And she said that he came in a white uniform with the blue heart, saluting her at your service. And he hangs out with Archangel Michael. We're from a group of really old souls, and the angelic realm, I guess. the collective understands that us being earth angels. So he showed us as him as strong as he is, him holding up the earth. And so he used to have a picture of that in high school on his phone, ironically, right? So um so I mentioned to her that we were working on archangels, all the archangels and their specific duties to help us. And she asked about um, how what it's like now that he's on the other side. And he said that he's really strong and he likes how I've been coming really stronger too in my spirituality. And we shifted more. We work on things like inner work, that the more stronger we get in our spirit, our shifting, right? And we were talking about that, right? With processing the different dimensions. And he just confirmed that when we shift and we do our inner work, we are also expanding and growing stronger in our spirit. Also, and my relationship, how we became so much bigger in our okay, this is what he mentioned. I'm sorry. I was She's translating and I'm writing down as fast as I can, and some of my sentences I couldn't finish. I was just like, oh, I need to learn shorthand. Um I need to talk to my mentor Deborah on how to record those record those the interviews so I can, or the readings, so that I can get every detail, right? Every word, hang on to every word. So she wanted to know about his experience when we crossed over and we have um our life review, right? So in my son Steven's experience, and the title says Invisible Man because that's what he said. I was telling my daughter I want to call it, you can't read a book by its cover. And I heard him say Invisible Man. So that's why I think we're going to evolve that a little more so people can understand what the book is about, not the visible man, and also with some patent rights. Um, Probably Stephen, my invisible man, or something more specific to our story. So what he was saying is that all of our relationships, when we cross over in our life review, he said same thing Eric did pretty much, like picture yourself. She said that he was turning, he was like a full, how bigger we are, how much bigger we are. He was giving her a 360 like an owl. Look, turns its head all the way around or other way, doesn't matter. And the view is just bigger, became so much bigger in spirit. And clairvoyancy, if we work on it, and that he felt everything. He felt a part of everything and how connected we are. And then he was just like, but I'm still me. How can I be everything and still be me? And be everything, like they're saying, like we're going up in our vibrations and our dimensions. We are telepathic, we are connected to everything. We can talk to the bugs, we can talk to the dogs because they're telepathic. We can talk to the trees, of course they are, and there's even been proven how they connect and communicate with each other with all their roots, right? That's their frequencies and vibrations, how they talk. There's even walking trees, look them up, they're a trip. Just different. So the difference is that oh, she wanted to know, now that he's in spirit, when looking at his earth life, what is the difference? And what, would he like to tell himself being on earth? And he said the amount of power we have, and that, we're on earth. He was always motivated. He was always active, yet just we have so much more power, hopefully not abused, and divine has to step in. Yet naturally, we're firstborn, we're all good-hearted. So in our abundance, all of our abundance, he learned how very powerful our creativity is, because we are co-creators. Our spark, our energy, that is our spark from source, is in us. We're fragments of our Heavenly Father, right? And so he learned about that. He learned it's all about my vibe. He said, my vibe, my vibrations. Okay, he's 25 on we crossed over, so he's silly. He's really funny. And also really intelligent and strong, but he's just really down to earth, great guy. And he wanted to know, he was saying that we need to pay attention to our balance, because and not someone else. It's it's all within. That's our connection to the universe. And this is really going to blow your mind. Okay. We have so much power. We're powerful beings. He said he just kind of like had to pop open, and it's not like, not inflating our heads or anything like that, but teaching people to really follow your dreams, because they're not just dreams. They are our creation. He was saying that's how we put planets out here. Okay. And the power within them, not to worry about obstacles in our way, because obstacles are there to be in the way as a gift. Look at the obstacles as a gift, because whatever the obstacle is, and humans will get frustrated, okay? They'll get angry. They'll get in their feels of being resentful, and they feel like that's something to push away. But honestly, um, it's a growth period, okay, to learn that our feelings are very valuable, our emotions, because this is how we move things, this is how we create things, okay? And that um, if you feel angry, see it as spiritual, okay? Feel it and use for motivation, right? And the energy will pump up and make he said, when he was on this earth, he would just use motivation because he had that inner drive naturally. And that but we need to use that anger and blocks as a spiritual lesson to learn to feel it. And once we feel it, use that as motivation to drive you forward. Energy will pump up to make him push passionate enough. Um, is that going to stop you? No, because you are pumped up. And what to be passionate, say the next step. Okay. And then once you get there, then okay, I accomplished it. What's the next step? And you know what? He was never afraid to fail. Okay. He was, he would just go for it. And then he would be like, I wonder if I can do this better. And he would just laugh at himself, and he'd be like, all right, ha ha ha. And then he would go for it again. I'm telling you, this kid, like, he wanted to make a team. He was out there practicing running or kicking or hoops. He just as an example, okay? And then how things happen to us, think what's next, and see it's coming, because we're co-creators. We're creating this, right? And this would be planning, and this would be a part of seeing how to um, make our dreams come true, because they're more than just dreams. This is us. This is our feelings. This is our ideas, right? This is also our clairvoyance. This is how we, you know, use let the images come in as imagination, yet um, evidential imagination, okay? It's not like a schizophrenia thing. It's more of evidential, okay? Especially in readings. So it's all evidential. And then the messages will make sense, right? And so I wanted to talk with him about the invisible man. And he said, we can, we'll talk about that later. And I was like, okay, because he wanted to talk about how he can multitask a lot more on the other side, and it's better. And what he creates is, it's all thought. His home, he he's talked about his home that he made, and that he said it's better on the other side because they never ever carry the heaviness or the density. Okay. Um, that's what it's like being in the 5D and in the heavenly realm. There's no fatigue or sadness, or feeling tired. They don't they have feelings, but they don't really go through those type of emotions because there's no heaviness or density. It's love and joy. That's the creation feeling. And excuse me. So working on raising the vibrations, hearts, in our heart, being who we are, understanding we are so much more. Okay, then we are, we are to look forward. Okay, with where we are and look forward. If we're not healing, um, just staying present in the now, you will just heal. Okay, your body will heal if you can just focus on the now, the present. Um, so staying present, that's the gift, right? A present. And he said both mental health and us, by you will heal. And with intention, he was saying intention is very important, because this will transform your growth, like pressing that hot button, putting that hot button on the wall and pressing that. Then our spirit teams will say, okay, they're ready to go. Let's do this. And everyone will jump in, our badass spirit team, and make things move forward faster. That is in your intentions, right? Okay. So I needed to add that. I remember she said that, but I needed to write this down because I'm just like, look, my notes are like, I'm just trying to write everything. So he was saying that every energy to create, um, we are so powerful. We have enough energy to create planets, and that how I said I want a planet Steven, and he said yes, you got it, Mom. Planet Steven, and it's gonna be blue. And I said okay, and I want pink bubbles. I want it to rain pink bubbles when it rains. And he was like, for bedtime tonight, lie down, and we'll start working on creating our planet. Now, because of the size and everything, it'll take long time to come into 3D. Yet it'll already be in our blueprint in the 5D, in the heavenly realm. So when I cross over, it'll already be created, and we'll just go, okay? And we'll also have it in our clairvoyancy. Um, he said that it's an energetic thought that they do create. So, because we're fractal of God, our thoughts are always creating blueprints in the heavens, and it exists. Exists etherically. Okay, and so yeah, that's how they can read all of our thoughts. They know it. They feel it. God, the angels, they're watching all of us. They can see it all. Um, Planet Steven. Yeah, we're going into meditation and work on that. So he was saying, so when you're ready to go and you hit that hot button, you tell your spirit team, yeah, I'm ready. And I want to transform and grow and heal. you hit that hot button on the wall, and your spirit team will be like, okay, let's do it. Being conscious is better though, because if you're conscious of your journey, um, then you'll heal much faster. And it's it's more in like a belief and focus, receiving, and then the focus is really important because this will expand our consciousness. It's really better to, we can stay present and work on it like that, or we can be conscious of our journey and going into the healing mode stronger and faster and more aggressively with gentle kindness, and staying in belief and focus. And he says, like, it's so much better. It's so much faster if you really want to increase our soul growth. And also, the intentions is a big, giant key to the door to open the universal door. Our intentions. Okay. And when we use our intentions, we are creating, right? And that, um, now, the multidimensionals, frequencies, moving. Um, so, moving an apple focus into. Now, I wanted to talk with him about the gurus that I've read about, like Yogananda and other gurus who can meditate and they can. Hi, thank you. They can. Thank you so much. I want to appreciate your likes and subscribing too. I've noticed that. That's very cool. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. And the hearts. Thank you. Thank you. So when we are okay, so we are multidimensional, and I wanted to ask him about how, like the gurus, where they meditate, and then they could appear somewhere else, and someone else will like see them, yet they're still here meditating. How did they do that? And he said that it's because we're multidimensional and they understand how moving an apple, say, you can focus. Hi, Joe. Good to see you, dear. Thank you for the hearts. Okay, so like moving an apple into the physical realm, it's focus and asking, because the universe is always giving a yes, yes, yes. So I say, um, can I have an apple for lunch? Universe, yes. Okay. So he says that, we got to be careful too what we ask for, because we could say, like, something that we really shouldn't want to get. That's why it's like, this is kind of like a practice. That's why it's so slow to come to us sometimes, because the universe is teaching us our power to make sure it is our intentions are, we're aware of what we're truly really asking for. Okay. And that it's always for our best and highest good, or prayers for someone else's best and highest good. Because if we're using black magic, that's a big no-no. They'll go under judgment and it'll be returned back to senders. So we have to learn and to be nice. So um, and go to the why. He said, go to the why. Ask yourself why. Um, why do why am I asking for this? Always go to the why. And he said that that will help us understand, and we will get our downloads, our answers. Excuse me. Say, like, if I want um my friend to text me, and um go to the why, and then send send out, well, I love him and I want to share with him, and let go, give it to God. And then feel the sweetness, the euphoria, and the energy. And then that's how you send out an energetic request. So beautiful, huh? And then he said there's a slight bend to it though. If it's not good for you and it's not meant for you, you will feel a resistance. And for example, like a job that pays well, but something else is better. So the universe, like on your soul plan, then something's going to, divine will be moving more secure. Like divine will be moving in for us. That's more secure, that's better for my family, that's 2 weeks later offered after, say, um, there's this great job that pays well and I want it, right? I want it so bad. And then divine has something better that is going in a 2 weeks later that I don't know about, that's more secure, better for my family 2 weeks later, after that first offer, and it's the best thing for us, right? Then that's when divine will put in some resistance so that you can feel it and notice it, like, oh, maybe I better wait a couple of weeks, right? And that's divine and the gang telling us that, hey, we're becoming clairsentience, right? We're becoming aware of our feelings, what we're hearing, what we're seeing. It's also how much we're loved. This is how much we're loved, okay? And our loved ones are there for us. They're also letting us know. So that's why we have to trust. We really have to trust divine and everyone who is, um, got our backs, right? We're a team. And so I'm just waiting, you know, take it take it in stride, because we're going through a huge expansion within us. And oh, and my son was saying right now I've got my sundial starting to turn in me, which is beautiful. So that's my third chakra. That's my solar plexus, the yellow, self will, free will, and intelligence, my drive. Um, so he also said that it's a part of it. It's a part of learning we have here on this realm, and how important it is that we need to love ourselves. Yeah, to get our chakras in alignment and get them turning, like he was saying, in my heart, my chakra, my sundial, and a huge expansion within me, like a sundial starting to turn in my favor. This is we need it's so but we need to love ourselves and self-love by getting rid of guilt, older, many carnations within, um, some people. There's some blocks, okay? And that's why it's so important to love ourselves. And loving ourselves, this is our spirit team. This is God too, right? God's energies in with us. And once we shed this body, we're energy. We go right back to the rest of our real life. So holding on. Um, okay, so I'm sorry, I have to read my chicken scratch here. It's kind of messy. Okay, so the reason why people hold on to guilt is because it makes people feel productive. Hurting makes people feel like the self punishment is, I don't know, producing something, and it's not. It's pinching off the self love and the light that is our creativity. If you let go of guilt, um, stop it. Stop the self punishment, let go of guilt. It's our responsibility. That's right. We have to grow up and learn that we have a responsibility looking at what is manipulating or gaslighting or projecting. Just enjoy your life. Simple as that. Okay. Self love is enjoying your life, period. Um, Sometimes there's a collective of guilt within ourselves. accepting what not like to not go with the government because it makes me feel wrong, going against my family and old beliefs. And, you know, it's just like the women in the turn of the century wore underwear down to their ankles. And today, are they a bad person because they haven't, you know, they're not wearing underwear down to their ankles? That's like the old belief systems. Okay. Um, Feel more self-love is to let go of all the beliefs, labels. Guilt is real ability. Letting go of guilt is a real ability to accept who we are and the hurts. And it's not natural. Guilt is not natural. We make mistakes. What did that teach you? Okay. So what? I've I've made a mistake. We all make mistakes. Forgive and go forward, right? I have a right to live free. I no longer want to live in this mental prison. No, no. Self love is the vibration of creative energy. And why would we ever want to block that off? Okay, I fucked up. I made a mistake. I'm going to learn from it and I'm going to do better. Period. Then thank you. Thank you for, you know, my car wash. Thank you for my shower of love and clean all the dirt off me because I accept you, Lord. I open up my channel to you and my whole divine team. And I'm so grateful. Self love, the energy that flows in us, keeping us alive, beating our hearts is divine. It's divine. That's the spark of life. Hello, everyone has God, no matter what. And we're made in his image because, say, every cell, this gets really trippy, okay? We are like a universe with each cell, what's he saying? Trillions of cells are consciousnesses. Like we're in God, like we're a cell inside God, okay? Or like a hand, she was saying. Like God is the hand and God wanted to grow. So popped open, expanded. But we're still connected to God, right? And God still sends energy, blood, right? Nerves, all that shit that makes our fingers alive. That's what happens. So, God is in us, we're in God. We have like the same we just the difference is consciousness, right? Say like our cells are consciousness, but are they aware that I'm feeding it and giving it blood and nutrients and thinking it? They do listen, they have a consciousness. We do have the power and ability to heal. You should listen to Cryon. He's channeled Kryon, channeled by is it Steven? No, Steve Carell. Steve Carell? Carell. Carol. Carol. Look up Cryon, okay? You'll see. Anywho, yeah. So don't pinch off God. My finger feels guilty. Did something stupid. Okay, I forgive you, finger. Now get to work. Damn it. That's it. Okay. And love is the energy, the creative energy, the natural vibration. That's what's natural. Love. Love is the highest vibration. Love is the creative energy. Love, no black magic can ever reach because it's like different. Love is just the highest and the best and the mostest, right? Right. Okay. So I was telling how much I'm missing my love him, and he's telling me how much he loves me, he's with me all the time, and that he's bro. Anybody wants to do any magic on me or craziness or I don't know some weird shit that I know is out there because there's people who do it, but it's completely different. I never was raised doing shit like that on other people, even though now it's just like a big spiritual war and it's blowing my mind. But we got to stay on top of it. And if anyone's going to throw it, you just send that shit right back. That's what you do, you know, times 10, like it says in the Bible. And it does. And my son said he's broken off into several little bubbles and is completely surrounding me like big, huge bubble. Nothing gets in. No way, no way. That's what he did. Nothing gets in. No way, no way. And nobody is ever gonna like try to take me out or any kind of, like my life before it's time or weirdos, nefarious crimes like that. Um, no, it just ain't gonna happen. I'm in the no fear zone too. He's got me in the no fear zone with him. And Archangel Michael is his best friend. So yeah, it's really a trip. But it's cool though. I'm so happy when you do discover there's like weirdos out there trying to do crimes and stuff. But anyways, so he said have courage. And my son is he's been making noises and flickering my lights. Yeah. He's like saying that that's him and how um, I wanted him to tell on the other side of my spirit team how grateful I am that they've like returned to senders everything and put giant angels around my house and protect my family and my dog and my everything connected to me. Um, he says they know, and he said that Archangel Michael is part of the Jesus Christ team, which I knew, and it's also in our soul tribe. Um, so he was saying that Archangel Michael isn't exactly Jesus Christ. Archangel Michael is his own, but at the same time they're connected in the same team, so they're aware of all at the same time, kind of like my son is in spirit. And they're busy moving an arc, the portal of us, our timelines. They're moving it forward into the nether space and time in our, is it galaxy? Universe. No, in the universe. Also Palladian, what's his name? He has a YouTube channel called Tales from the Ship. And on Facebook, 144,000 Club. And he talked about that. He showed pictures of our galaxy and how we're moving from like, a low, like we're graduating, right? We're moving into, okay. And then the central sun, God, and then went, woo, they're moving this arc of timelines to this quadrant of the universe. So very interesting. Yeah. We're going to learn about it once, the swamp's all cleaned up and they've done this several times. So I have all the confidence in our galactics and our spiritual teams doing what they're doing. We just have to experience this so that we wake up and learn from it, because we're kind of like, and get on the right side of history. So he says, courage, not only self-love, but courage is like really, really important for this vibration creative energy. Okay. The natural vibration. Making noise. Oh, my son. My son said he's working with my friend, making noise all around him, going, hey, hey, and trying to like help him and guide him so he listens. And his own spiritual team, who's been trying to help him too, and make the right decisions for his best and highest good. That's all. Nothing else. um, and what else? Oh, and how they're all part of the spiritual team. Okay, so I wanted to ask him about the pool of souls, because I know in our heavenly realm there's walls of fire, there's the spiritual court, there's lands of like a pool of souls that we come from, okay? And how that works on the other side. And how he says is that he says, like, picture a river in heaven, you know. The colors are more vibrant though. I want you to know that it's like not neon blinding, but they're just we have, like he was saying, it's so much bigger, but it's still me, you know, like the rainbow. And going into 5D is just going to have more colors, all right? And that the picture the river going into streams, okay, off the side, and there's little rocks and there's little trickles. This is what our pool of souls looks like, and that it represents how we work. Okay, so there's the river, right? The river, or the river, however you want to see it, the crossroads, and then the streaming on the sides trickles away with the rocks, and the represents how we work. Okay, but it is there and what it looks like. Honestly, this is funny. You have to see Scooby Doo and Spooky Island. Okay, after you see this video, look up Scooby Doo on goes to Spooky Island. That reminds me of this freaking planet. So, um, it's like me. I go to Spooky Island and have an adventure, right? And then, so okay, and then like he explained how we're connected. Say the hand is God, and then God wanted to expand and explore and learn and grow. So it's like we're the fractals, spirit, consciousness, focus on earth and our higher self. But our higher self is our consciousness, okay? Who is for our best and highest good. It's a higher dimension. That's our pool, our soul in the pool, our higher self. So it's much bigger than science can even explain. These universes are so large, yet like within our body. Okay, so picture like God is walking and talking to other universal life sources. Okay, so in us is kind of like enveloped within God, but it's all conscious of each other. That's how we're going to evolve. Are we talking to ourselves? We're just learning how we can self heal ourselves. We're just becoming conscious of it, with how the tones affect us, how this and that. We're in this little experimental stage. Can you imagine our universal life source who we live within? We're like a little cell within the body of our universal life source who has mastered trillions and trillions. You know, we're probably like, what? How are we? I think we're like 10,000. How Cryon was explaining it is called tribals or tribbles around of this 26,000 lifetime that just ended December 12th? No, 21st, December 21st, 12/21, and started a new one. And there's a word for it. Tribu. I don't know. It sounds a rivet, something like that. Let's pretend it's called a rivet, but it's not. Just for sake of saving time. Um, but Cryon explains it, and how old and conscious God and God's body is. So it's kind of like God is conscious and talks with all his body, yet it's there's still new parts that are waking up, just like the tribes, right? Like long ago, the cavemen learning how to pronunciate, learning how to speak and communicate, the communication of love, a joke, a poem. We start to get more deductive thinking and then reasoning, and how our intelligence starts to evolve, right? Contrast and compare. So it's really a consciousness, and how God is like so far ahead, right? Developed, old, ancient, and knowledgeable, learned, that is like can communicate with each and every one of us, and every one of us. So with the team, so it's kind of like us doing that with our nature. We can telepathy, consciously be awakened to have telepathy with our pets, have telepathy with the plants, the animals. Um, Mother Earth is a soul, a consciousness. She literally, from the pool of souls, volunteered, hey, I'll be this planet. Why not? Put this on my soul growth. And the sun is literally her soul partner. He watches over her and makes life on her planet, and they love each other. They have this love relationship they've had several lifetimes with. I mean, we are, I mean, it's mind blowing. It's absolutely beautiful. The harmony, the peace, harmony, and music, and the love creation vibe. Once we get out of all the into the higher dimensions, okay? I'm just gonna say, once we move into, because I know the universe is gonna say yes, so I'm gonna keep practicing everything that I want now. Moving up into the higher dimensions will definitely be so great, so much fun. Just like we practice now, but it's slow because we're learning, and we're teaching others. We came here, we volunteered actually from higher dimensions collective to help pull up this planet, get our team. Yeah, God asked us to. The divine asked us to, and our soul said, at your service, right? And we want to see everyone win in a positive, best and highest way. And that, um, so more in my readings with Stephen, I want to elaborate on this so that we can pick right up where we left off and keep going more. If you have any questions, put it in the comment for Stephen, and we could do a video on it, or I can ask him. We're going to put it in the book. We can just really connect with our loved ones and healing. It's all about healing and raising our vibrations, because we are raising out of the low vibrational 3D. We're getting into 5D, and this is all a part of it. We're purging all these energies, all these crazy moons and retrogrades and coming back, and yeah, how it affects us, because we're in this car wash. We're cleaning up. We're getting cleaned up so we can have the availability and the high vibrations to go into this new, stay on this planet. We want to, she's going ready or not. We just need to vibrate with her in love vibes. And we'll get to stay here and experience the 5D. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll get our superpowers. And then also, we'll have our jobs too, right? All for all and one for all for one and one for all. And just like the galactics do, and we'll be in higher vibrational to be with our galactic families who's known that we volunteer to do this, go to a camp and help others. And so he explains about the electricity is, running through our body is divine, and that's our spark and is galactic. And the ship, oh, I wanted to talk with him more about the Ark and Raiders of the Lost Ark. And I know there's more than one. The Galactics explain. There's more than one, and also that goes once we raise our vibrations and it all like tips over the percentage of the planet, then these arcs will be like, ooh, they're getting ready, so we're gonna move into the next, push us into the next dimension. Just like, hey, are we on it? Are we on a galactic ship? Maybe, maybe not. That'd be a good question for my Steven the Invisible Man. But certainly not a quiet one. That would be a cool one. We can I'll put that on one of my questions about the ships. Maybe he'll give it to me in my dreams tonight, because right now I'm talking to the collective. So about the Earth ship. Yeah, Earth ship and the Matrix. Okay, so I also want to talk to him about the computers, the two Anunnaki computers, Anunnaki. I forgot how to spell that. Computers and the Palladians in the Bible. And the Bible. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so I wanted to go more onto arcs since we talked about archangels and the portal of the arcs, right? It's a circle, and our timelines, he was saying, is the arc timelines that he and all the angels and divine are pushing over into the other quadrant of the galaxy or the universe. Angelic realms, angels. Okay, there are galactic beings that are angels, and I knew this, but I did not know for sure if the galactic beings were archangels too. And he said no. The archangels are from the angelic realms that are specifically, messengers for God and to have specific jobs for us, his children, right? Co-creators. And that they'd love us so much. We're like their daycare, okay? We're on a daycare. And the angels are our caregivers. And the ninth dimension is the beginning of the angelic realms. But the angelic realms is galactic beings are also angels, but not archangels, okay? And Metatron. Oh, okay. So I showed her the cards that we were going through yesterday with the sigils and Archangel Metatron, and I mentioned his sigil with the point and his cube, and he was saying that it's actually a lot taller, a lot bigger, and it's doubled, and that it's all of the portals. Okay, that's how powerful Metatron is, and he's really good with our technology. I always like cover our technology, and call on him for help when you need help with our technology. A portal, want to get out of traffic, you want to get home faster. Hey, Metatron, you got a portal for me? You can activate and connect his cube, and it's actually the portals are the cells of the universe. Hello. Now look at our bodies. What do we have? Cells. Trillions and trillions of cells. We have trillions and trillions of portals in our bods. That's why he's saying we don't know how powerful we are. And the 1% don't want us to either. Trust me, we are. But we have to learn how to use it wisely, right? Because our caregivers will come in and put us in the corner. So cells are consciousness, and they're like little planets in our body, okay? And that healing, we have a healing consciousness to heal. And that's what Cryon was saying. Use call. Cells are listening. That's the acronym for healing ourselves. Okay. We are co-creators, children of God. We have this electricity in us. Don't forget that. Feel it. It's your life. It beats your heart. It makes your body function, your spirit function. It's just mind blowing. So healing this will make us grow and learn and evolve. God's more grown, learned, and evolved too. And how now these different timelines. I wanted to ask him about. Excuse me, I need a drink of water. My mouth is getting dry. Okay. So, gracias. Now, when I was asking him about the different timelines, because with a Bashar, he was channeled. He's the future ET of Daryl Inca, his channeler. Okay, and he said that when we kind of like, have you ever like had like a snap back in your body? Well, it can either be from like remote viewing and it like you wake up and it snaps you back into this realm, because our dreams, we spiritually float. We also can cover ourselves, right, in protection, make sure, because there's issues in the spirit realm. There's spiritual war, so we do need to protect our spiritual warriors and join our team of love and light life. And he was and also Bashar was saying that, say, I'm just driving along and all of a sudden boom, I'm like snap, I'm like, whoa, what was that? What's going on? He said that on the other side, to God, we see, if we want to see what it looks like, all of our timelines, how we go on, like we're living several lives right now. Like he was saying, my son, I gave birth to my third son. I really crossed over on a different timeline. But this timeline, I didn't. And I was like, I wonder if that's why he said, don't leave me. I was probably, it was kind of like we were living out another lifetime where where I was crossed over. And so, yeah, I'm texting him a lot and staying connected. He's got his mama bear. So, look into a mirror at a funny house. You know how like it kind of like goes on forever? Those are timelines. Now, Bashar was saying, and angels can do this without our consent because it's their job, that say we get into a car accident or something takes our life before our time. And what they'll do is edit, kind of like Men in Black. And my son was saying, it's mind blowing how many galactics are really here. It's like, I said, Men in Black, right? He's like, yeah. And I said, I know. And so we'll go more into that. But he said that what they do is they'll edit, and they'll kind of like, look right here. But they know how to do that in spirit. They'll wipe our memory of that passing. We'll like die, and then they'll edit it to where we were before, and we'll be like, huh? And then like, oh, okay, whatever, and carry on like nothing ever happened. So that really does happen. There's some truth to every movie, seriously. So Men in Black, I want to go more into that. And then so in heaven, I wanted to talk with him. Life edit. I'm gonna put this here so I remember in the book. Okay, so I wanted to ask him about his home in heaven. Like, what did he create? What does it look like? Does, he have like a hammock, or does he have like, a big pool? Who knows? And so he said his pad, it has, when you walk in, it has a great big movie screen TV, and he plays football, and he plays with Archangel Michael. And he said that it's not like a Madden game like he used to play here, or nothing like that, or clones. And they don't control nobody. He said that they're real games, but not controlling anybody. It's creating, let's say, a NASCAR. He created a NASCAR, and that he's driving it. And I said, okay, well, you created it. You always win, right? I said, what if you want a little stiff competition? And he said, Archangel Michael joins me, and he's really good. and and he does win. Yeah, he deserves it. And then it's kind of like you create it with love, right? And courage and all the good feelings. And then he steps into the screen, okay? And then he said, and then it's like, here we go, right? Um and she said his home is beautiful. When you walk in, it's got white walls. It's really clean. I'm so proud of you, Stephen. And he's got a beautiful tile, like shiny floor. It's white tiles and it's shiny. And that I said, do you have my picture on the wall? And he said, I've got all your pictures on the wall, and they're moving and they're real time. Like he can watch us. Like when he looks at my picture, he can see me doing this right now. I'm like, blah, 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 right on the microphone, talking, sharing this experience with the collective and beautiful souls everywhere on the planet. And that he says that it's real time. It's also his creation. So that's how creative we are. That's how powerful we are. On heaven, it's instantly. My sprinklers just came on. Confirmation. It's instantly, because it's high vibe. It's going to be all good, right? And then here we have to learn to be all good. So that's how that goes. He says it's a lot, and that um, he has like all of our pictures. He can see a lot when he looks at our pictures, and like he has like a headset, like the earphones and the microphone, kind of like Britney Spears without the dancing. Um, and that he's he's talking to all different people. And when people pray to angels, they ask the angels, he's in his headset, it comes right to him, and he's like, he knows. And that's why the specific angels, it's like it's all vibration, frequency, and energy, because the question that has to do with something that my son understands. I don't know, kids at West Point asking, oh my gosh, how do I do this? Blah, blah, blah. Ding, ding, ding. That'll be sent to Steven. He knows how to give them good advice. He knows how to and he also has a view of the future and what they're all about. So, yeah, he's got the whole 3D, bigger perspective, funny mirror, different timelines for them to make the best choice for the best timeline that will make their best results, right? How do I get through this class? Blah, blah, blue. He also works with the archangels, and when people are requesting help, then that'll go from that particular angel. Also, loved ones are like that too. If you see the movie Always, Always, with Richard Dreyfuss, there's another example. He's a pilot. He crosses over, and he has a fiance. And there's this other pilot he knew that he had to teach. Well, and he has to help on the spirit side. You got to see the movie. I'm not gonna ruin the story, but it's like that. When we cross over, we help others that we have a specialty in. Like if I want to play guitar, Jimi Hendrix, hey, help me with a few chords. Okay. It's like that. And Jimi Hendrix, I'm sure, has got his headset working with a lot of people with guitars. Maybe that's how Slash became so great. So he says that, he was talking about something private with me that I'm looking forward to in business. And also, he's assisting me, and they gave me some more information, like personal information on some questions about some other businesses. And that, you know, in general, I just want to say that when people are being treated wrong by a certain company or business, there'll be a action lawsuit or something to, like standing up for our rights. That is going, we're going to see a lot of that happening, because join it, get involved, because we need to get this planet up to par. We need to get the people up to par. We need to learn this lesson of standing our ground, of bringing in love and light in the community for everyone globally, and then getting the nefarious businesses, people, low vibes off our planet, because that's what are transitioning into right now. It really is. You're seeing a lot of transitioning already, right? Covens being broken down. Just people need to learn to come to the light. And I'm saying that we need to wake up and realize that we are so much more than these meat suits. Seriously, and that there's a lot more going on to our solar system, our planet, Space Force. Okay, that was a slow little disclosure to people who are stuck in their old belief systems, because we are changing. We are going into more galactic. Yeah. So, and angelic, high vibrational. So, let's see what else. So, with the arcs moving forward of our timelines, Earth moving into new quadrant of space, our vibration is our consciousness. Okay. So, when we wake up and we use our consciousness, subconscious, consciousness, okay, the conscious mind needs to, they both need to be awake, because what happens is that subconsciously, when we remove those old programs, labels, stuff that keeps us stuck or whatever, that our subconscious becomes aware of and reprograms. I mean, it is kind of like a program, but why a program? Free our subconscious into awareness. Okay. Then this consciousness, which is kind of like autopilot, they both need to be on the same page. And that is the vibration, all right, in alignment, being in alignment with our higher self, from the soul pool, from divine. And that also increases creativity, instant manifestation. Okay. All the low vibes will bounce out. That's what he said. 2026. I heard 2027 when was it Tracy, he's a prophet. He was channeling how, like, the new quantum system, financial system coming in, that is from the Palladians. It's galactic and it's unhackable. It will be out in outer space. So the Rothschilds and all those knuckleheads want to conquer the world. They're gonna be low vibrational. They're trying to get as many slaves as they can to take with them. into the west portal. That, and right now, the spiritual war is Heavenly Father waking up all His children to not have to be stuck and go into the west portal with all the 1% who want slaves. We're sovereign. We're children of God. We need to wake up to that first, right? We want to be free. Put the courage into it. Hello. We'll be free. And then we'll go into the east portal with our divine, that where the sun rises, right? And be able to um enjoy all the fun stuff. Telepathy, superpowers, um talking with our animals, instant manifestation. We want to go up, not down, okay? Then we have oh yeah, he's assisting me. Oh yeah, so he said 2026. 2026, we're going to have highly more considerable realizations of this, all right? Moving into these galactic times, Starseeds. Yes, what we've been waiting for. We're getting more activated. Oh, I'm gonna cry because I can't wait. It's like when you leave high school. So it's very intense. These energies are very intense. Do you think being a twin flame energies or soul frequencies or the kundalini that we go through, the kundalini awakening, is very intense? He says this new planet or the planets rising into these very intense. That's why the low vibes won't even be able to take it. They'll just explode. Okay. So we have to keep raising our vibrations because they're going to be very intense. Eat good natural foods grown in the sun with no pesticides on it, because it's going to raise our vibrations. Why do you think they put that shit on it? Because they're trying to keep their slaves. Okay. No, we're moving on. We're moving on up to the sky high. Get a piece of that pie. We're gonna outsmart their stupid manipulations and whatever they spell work they tried to do. No, return to senders times 10,000 immediately. With the blood of Jesus, and his blood is very powerful. He's got that DNA. And he's saying that picture a sword, and at the end of the point, there's like a little star at the little pinpoint, right? This is how very focused the light fits. This is the vibration focus of creation. And the dark is heavy, okay? It's too dark and heavy to transform. That's why it has to be very focused. The light fits on the tip of a sword like a little star, and it's very intense, and that's the creation. Okay, so we got to drop that dark heavy stuff. So at any age meet there. Okay, so the planet Steven, we talked about that, and we can create it in the 5D like a snap. You do this with your loved ones, and when you cross over, you'll already have all your stuff good to go, your creation. Um, and then it'll eventually, because we're eternal, you'll see it on the physical plane. Isn't that fun? So he says it's so easy interstellarly. And it's broken up into little lifetimes. Okay, so that's the arc of all of our timelines, the portals, and at each stage, a lifetime that we have, like, say, and oh, he said all of us have near death experiences. Okay, that's what we're talking about with how they edit. And then we come back and we're like, what was that? I just snap back into my body and carry on. That some people who have a complete memory of a near death experience, then they usually have because they're conscious. They did their work. That see the benefits of doing our inner work. They get their intuition, their spiritual gifts. All of the people, almost all of them who have their near death experiences and come back conscious, have their spiritual gifts of clairvoyance, clairaudience, future, whatever. They've earned it. They're rewarded. So there is a reason we need to do our inner work, not only to feel better and create better, yet being a part of this universe that we're a part of. Don't deny it. Don't let the past deny you of the future. Don't let it rob you of your future and your great gifts and being a part of this universe and how powerful we are. Okay? Because it's fun. It's fun. It's supposed to be. And that the people that have conscious of their near death experience, the complete memory, um, that will also be they'll be able to move into um a better place that they need to be. And it's also they'll understand divine timing because it is, and that there'll be a time to change. um and it will also put a little pep in their step. He said, when I see pixels change when he changed my mouth, it was like very funny. He made the sound go like faster or slower than my lips were moving than when I was talking about him. Yeah, he confirmed that was him. Little sticker. He does that in my bathroom. He'll like flicker my lights and stuff, and then I'll say Steven, and then it'll stop. And then he'll go right, left, right, left, right, left. Then he messes with me and I love it. He's so much fun. Then oh, channel direct. This is so good. This will never let's amen. Oh, I talked about him like channeling directly, and he said that, oh, because when I pray to let me channel your way, not my way, I'm giving consent. And Stephen literally will like talk right through me, blah, 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 blah. Like, he's literally like sat in my body and is just like shooting right through me all the words. um, and Jamie Butler does this really well too. She does trans channeling, but she kind of like, she explains it. You got to check her out on Jamie, Jamie Butler, Butler, also on her classes, her online classes, and also Deborah Hookey, DebraHookey.com. She also has channel or classes I've been in with her. She's my mentor since 2015 or 16. She's wonderful. You'll love her. We have a lot of fun in our classes too. And, we can't be afraid to make mistakes when we go into rooms and we read each other. Don't be scared to get it wrong. It's like usually when we start, some people are like, okay, we get this right. We get that wrong. We get this wrong. We get that right. It's not a big deal. And a lot of us noticed other people by practicing how far they've came. Really, it's amazing. So we're all really gentle and just equal and cool, laid back, no big deal, no judgment. And it's really healing when we do get a beautiful reading from another student that is evidential and hits right on, and it's keeps me coming back. I love it. So looking forward to the next time. Let's see. Oh, he said that Stephen right through me, something right through me. This is so good. This will. Oh, and a man never This is so good. This will, what? A man never lets a good woman down. He said, yeah, he's right there for me because a man will never lets a good woman down. That's what he said to me. That's why he's working with me on trans channel, and that he loves his mama bear, okay? Yeah. So questions. Put your questions into the comments or um ideas or something that on the next channeling, and we can make a video about it and see, what's going on. I want to ask them about this earth ship and the matrix and the two Anunnaki computers that are um, running the matrix and the Pleiadians in the Bible. Those are my questions. So let me know if you have any. And I also noticed there was a YouTube um, video made about the Pleiadians in the Bible. So I'm going to look into that too. And maybe I can ask him a question off of that, how it all grows and expands and we get more aware and conscientious because, yeah, we are gifted. We really are. We all have gifts and we need to use our intention key and unlock the door to the universe. Hope this helps. Love you. Bye. Bye, collective. Sweet dreams.